Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Expeditions Rome. So I've loaded up the save for the final episode of the session that I lost the recordings for, or my voice for, I should say. And I'd considered attacking some of these other outposts. I'm going to hold off on doing that for a bit. Let's go ahead and have you go down there and do that. And let's look for some more things that we can send our people off to do. Okay, so Kaiso is healing. Let's go ahead and wait here for Tutankhamun's dagger to be crafted. Again. We'll see what we get. Now, unfortunately, there was an interesting bug that came up in the episode that got lost, and I doubt that's going to get recreated. I suppose it might be. But it was pretty interesting. I'll talk about it when the time comes. But yeah, so I had
I finished that equipment you requested. Turned out all right, if I do say so myself.
Originally started
it right over here.
The episode with a good version of this, which I did not get. That's okay. I gave it to Bestia rather than this Pugio 2. Now that is gonna cost us 1-2, but that's okay. So we get Swift Strike, which he's oftentimes tactical, so that's not bad. So we'll go ahead and take that. I did get the better version of this, more critical damage, more actual base damage, that kind of thing. And then I was thinking about going with double daggers here. 7 to 11, 7 to 10. I don't know if I care about... I mean, lunge is pretty good, but... we can get backstab, we can get ambushing, and we get slice and dice, that's right. +1 focus speed. I don't know exactly what that means. I assume that just means like every attack that gets more gets extra focus. That generates 8 focus though, 2 attacks at half of normal damage. So we'll go ahead and try that out maybe for a bit. I think I swapped back afterwards. Just because I'd get more damage, and this does have lunge, sword charge. Can't use trample. Yeah, because that needs a shield. So I couldn't use trample. But it is something to play with, so. Now, we need to wait for Kaiso to get cured. Because the people that you take into the Court of Heaven are fixed, and I don't want to disrupt his healing. That would be awful. So if I wait until he's healed and it forces me to take him along, then I was hoping that would teleport him to me. I don't remember if I checked to see if he was still in my party afterwards, but we'll go ahead and do that. So in the meantime, I can just swing by over here. Alright, returning to outposts. You're idle at the outpost. 55 rations. Go ahead and head down there. Actually, I would kind of rather you... one did something else. Let's go do that one. The trade post. You pass through a small trading post along the road. A collection of tents around a well where travelers and merchants meet to exchange goods and rumors. While pausing to let your horses rest, you and your companions drift through the little camp to see if there is any interesting information to pick up. An interesting piece of information does reach your ears today. A group of Roman soldiers have deserted their posts and now hide in a village not far from here. From the description you extract, they sound like soldiers from Legio Prima Italica, left behind when the proconsul was murdered. We shall seek them out and see what they have to say for themselves. The village in question is less than an hour's ride from the trade post. You find the enclave of Legionari as soon as you arrive. A centuria worth of Romans stands out in such a small town as this. You order all the former Legionari to assemble outside the village for inspection, and they grudgingly obey. The punishment for deserting is decimation. Every 10th Legionarius must die, and then you will return once more to the service of Rome. Your commander was murdered, and you were left with no orders. Rejoin the Legion and help us avenge the proconsul's death, and all will be forgiven. Go with that. Stoic disapprove, conciliatory approve. There's some mumbling among the ranks. Clearly some of these Legionari had gotten used to the idea of living a peaceful life here, but most seem excited to avenge Lucullus and return to Rome. The latter faction wins in the end, and the lost centuria forms up into the marching formation and heads out to join Legio Vitrix. 80 army experience, 80 active manpower, minus 20 army morale. Their experience will serve the Legion well, but you expect morale to take a hit when they learn that these men have received no punishment at all for deserting their station. I mean, it's not like any, like, I mean, no punishment at all? Like their Legion was disbanded. I'm not using their Legion or anything like that. I don't know. New stratagems. Got 38 rations. $463 army experience, though. Gained rations of 40. Alright, that's a lot of treasure that we're not going to get. Enemies on the move. Direction of Lower Egypt, okay. So you got nearby nomads with a gift of 10 medicine, so we can gain more loot. Let's increase the aggression. Marcus Aurelius discusses the plan thoroughly with you before getting back in his saddle and riding out. It will be a long and hard ride to reach the Legion in time, but he will be faster on his own, and you believe he'll make it. You know that Lower Egypt is currently unprotected. Unless you garrison a Legion to defend it, none of your preparations will matter. Alright, where is Lower Egypt? Lower Egypt is up here. Garrison there. That is why I was holding them back. Alright, crap. I don't care right now. Well, let's break it down. Shotel 2. Did I not garrison you? What happened? 1 sword blade, 9 day rations, 2 packed lunch. An ancient traveler's shrine. While traveling, you come across an ancient shrine to some unidentifiable native deity. At the base of the shrine lie various
A
offerings.
shrine to a god of travel, no doubt. We should leave an offering, just in case.
We need not answer to any barbarian gods. Do you know what this is, Legate? Free money.
I'll leave a modest offering. Alright. Berber Spear 1, add Armor Shred 2. Okay. Alright, good. You are up there. I don't know if I have that in the actual playthrough. And add critical damage 2. Berber Headband 2. And we'll head over here. Alright, let's go ahead and purchase some medicine. Kaiso has been healed. Okay. So we'll hit up this and then go to the Court of Heaven. After we get this fight going. Alright, Egyptian army attacks Legio Ephrorum in the Lower Egypt region. -3, -3, -1. Okay, so Legion morale -5, Legion manpower -50, enemy manpower -50. Let's see. %75% survival chance, unfortunately. You've got a high insubordination risk because you're disgruntled. Okay. Let's go with that. -1, -2, and -5.
Which formation shall we use?
Alright. That gets rid of missing Legionari, and one of the Legion morales gets enemy manpower -50. This gets missing Legionari -50, Legion morale -5, but enemy manpower -50, enemy manpower -50, and player defense 15%. And that gets enemy manpower -125, enemy morale -5. And 2 missing Legionaries -50. So that's more enemy manpower. And some defense. But this would be no... no morale hit, so we'll go ahead and take that.
Alicite hostes in informata mamitium accio. The men are close enough to engage.
-4, -1, and a 1. Alright, siege towers for loot reward common. Wild charge, 2, -1, 2. Would be enemy manpower -50. 4 and -1. That is more aggression. And enemy manpower -50. But I take Legion manpower -125, and I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about the morale either. So yeah, that's going to be better. Brutal cavalry encircle.
Equitas! Dia commandate Brazilian horseum! One of our manacles is about to break!
-1, -3, 2. So I'm at -4000 right now. Send veterans 4th. Player defense 15%. Loot reward common. Loot reward common. Let's take the defense.
Comandante Vestal Praesidia!
-4, -1, and a 1. Alright, enemy aggression doesn't matter here. Fortifications would get us, that would really reduce the chances of anyone suffering, but I don't know that I care, because I'm going to be loading up anyway. So exact vengeance.
Instate hostibus! Eos persequimini!
No one died. Oh, shoot. I didn't get to see it. 75 denarii, 15 slaves, 12 rations. I didn't get to see what skills we gained. Not that it matters. But, yeah, so, the bug, like, the final phase triggered. I cleared it, and then it triggered again. And then when I got to the final screen, it wouldn't let me click the continue button. I had to load up the game and fight it again. Very odd bug. Lokagos Shield 2, that's worn. Amulet of Ubaste. Movement 1, focus maximum 3. Go ahead and take that. Not too concerned about sending out our armies right now. Ankh Staff 2. Break that down. The Calling Card. As you arise in the morning and leave your tent to prepare for breakfast, Bestia Tabata approaches you with a dark look in his eyes. He hands you a small stone with familiar symbols written on its smooth surface. Wixie. Bestia explains that he found it next to his bed just now. I do not think that I got this in the previous playthrough. So this might trigger early in the next episode because of this. It seems like some of these events are pretty fixed in time. They're like rolled in advance or something like that. Others not so much. You discuss among yourselves what this might mean, but no clear conclusion is reached. However, a few hours later, Bestia begins to sway in his saddle and nearly falls off before he's caught. He has sustained a light torso injury. The diagnosis is clear. Poison. Somehow those Wixie bastards snuck into your camp at night. You're lucky they did nothing worse. Alright. Let's go ahead and triage him. 90 hours. That's a lot of medicine, too. Alright. Well, after this, I would want to head back to... hello? I would definitely want to head back to, see, it's pulling him. It's grabbing him. This will unassign one or more characters from their assignments in the Legion outpost. Any progress they've already made will be cancelled. Yeah, that's fine. It's just healing. It is just healing. Alright, so let's go visit Cleopatra. See what she wants. Okay. You know what, before we go up there, let's just swing by, see if anyone has anything to say here. I don't know that I looked at regular trade goods. I don't know if I care at the moment. I could trade money, but I don't... I mean, food, but I don't need to.
My friend, it is good to see you are still well.
It seems the war is over.
Does it? It seems to me the war has only just begun.
I will see you again soon. And Lunya.
Greetings, Legate.
I should go. And let's go up and see Cleopatra. Go ahead and track the diplomatic distractions quest.
You certainly took your time.
I apologize, Your Highness.
The invention of apology does not legitimize failure.
That is not
Let us get
failure.
down to business without further ado.
To defeat the Huns?
It is my understanding that you need some kind of evidence against your opponent to be used in your Senate.
How do you know that?
Something to prove the existence of his business relations with my husband. Fortunately, my husband keeps thorough records of all such dealings.
So, I was supposed to remain silent. I did not. I chose, and you have a way to acquire these records.
Interrupt me again, and I shall have you whipped in front of your men. Ptolemy keeps all ledgers
I'd like to see you
detailing
try.
his business transactions in his palace in Alexandria. We shall pay a visit to my dear husband. It might be beneficial for you to make his acquaintance, don't you think?
Alexandria is deep within enemy territory.
That's not a problem. The people of Egypt will not prevent us from traveling. And my husband is probably looking for a reason to talk to me.
How exactly do you know what know that I seek such evidence?
Was it a secret? I didn't know. I have a very close relationship with secrets. They tend to reveal themselves to me.
Sounds like the perfect opportunity for Lurko or Ptolemy to assassinate us.
Assassination? Is that how your glorious republic works? I'm sure our enemies would never stoop so low.
I'm not so sure.
Jest notwithstanding, Ptolemy has very publicly offered us safe passage. Killing either of us now would ruin his reputation in perpetuity.
Ah, see, you should have led with that. I thought we were going to wage war on them.
War is not simply a matter of swords and shields. Surely an illustrious leader such as you would know this. A war is best won without spilling any blood.
Cleopatra, you have to understand. Swords, not words. Sounds like a good idea. When do we leave? It sounds like a terrible idea. It's too dangerous. Sounds like a good idea. When do we leave?
Splendid. I have already informed Ptolemy about our impending arrival. Let us quickly be on our way. This could give us an opportunity to end this war. I get the feeling Ptolemy is willing to parley.
I don't believe we can end the war, but we can use the meeting to turn the tide in our favor somehow.
In the worst-case scenario, we get a splendid feast. I grow weary of the simple and repetitive food here. It is safer to travel separately.
Is it?
We shall meet in
Really?
Alexandria.
Are you sure? I don't know. Travel to the Pharaoh's palace in the city of Alexandria. I don't know about that. Alright, let's get down to our horsies. Okay, so, we have to go visit Ptolemy. And let me see. Is this going to mean that Kaiso is now in our company? I'm very curious about that. I mean, he's with us right here. But is he going to be back here, or is he going to teleport back to camp? Let's find out. It's kind of rude going over here and being like, oh, it's going to pull him out of healing. Yep. Yep, it did. Alright. So we're not going to have that poison event when we come back next time. However, I think that it would be fun to send some troops to attack a section while we are going to visit Ptolemy. We are going up here apparently to Alexandria. Number one, I think Alexandria is a little bit more over here. Two, they should really have a city. Alexandria was pretty large at this point. It's pretty large at this point. I may also visit the Lion Arena, and we'll try that again. We'll go for the next fight there. It's kind of on the way, so, yeah. I don't know that there's anything that the game will chide me over for doing that. On the other hand, and I'll probably just send out Epherorum to visit some of these as well. But that is going to be for next time. A little bit early because that bug extended the original episode. I had to refight that whole fight all over again, the battle. But this time, no bug, so it may pop up again in a future battle, but who knows. But for now, call it an episode. See you next time, everyone.